BBB's Give.org recently released a new study. We call it Give.org Donor Trust Report. We're pleased to share this report and start a conversation about the state of trust in the charitable sector, and also to explore perceptions related to charity trust and giving. We asked leading charities including Goodwill, NAACP, Kaboom, Community Health Charities, YMCA, and the National Wildlife Federation to react to some of our findings and share some experiences. Here are some of our favorite insights.
Public trust feels like a commodity that's eroding today. There's so much misinformation and distrust of our basic institutions, government and others. Trust is absolutely essential to the work that we do. It can't be done without some level of trust between ourselves and the communities.
Well, I think if there's one thing, one common denominator that health organizations, charitable hospital, health charities are doing better, more effectively today than before, is that they're understanding the need to communicate effectively about telling their story, individually telling their story. And they're really demonstrating impact. When they're telling their story, they're saying, here's what we have done with your dollars, here's the investment you made, and here are the outcomes.
We know that African Americans, based on research, give more of their discretionary funds as a percentage of their income. We know that African Americans give to churches and sororities and fraternities and their civic organizations. I think these are organizations that have been in the community for many years. So it is not surprising that the results found that African Americans and Latinos give to organizations that they feel are doing the work in their communities that we need.
So similar when people are asked, when we acknowledge and celebrate the talents that they can bring to the table, be it cooking food for the group or participating in creating a mural or getting a ratchet and helping to build a playground, that people respond.
The key for philanthropists and anyone who wants to work with young people is to engage people who are their peers in reaching out to them. That may be even more acute with Z than with anyone else because they're just so digital. Their community happens in a very digital way. And so the peer thing and the appropriate language and even the slang that's going to make sense to them is the basis for being authentic.
There are several things that we've done to adapt to changing times. One is influencer marketing, to me, is becoming more of the norm than the exception. And that's one way to recruit third-party ambassadors to talk about your brand and influencers who resonate with your mission and can authentically talk about your brand and encourage their audiences and followers to be Goodwill donors and advocates and supporters. Another thing that we've done is encourage roundup programs at Goodwill stores. So if someone is buying a product and it's $9.87, they can round up to $10 and know that their funds are supporting our critical job training programs.
We spend a lot of our time and energy on trying to lift the hood about how we operate and bring transparency and accountability to all of our programs. I think our donors are deserving of that. It helps build trust, it helps them have assurance that their philanthropic dollars are being put to good use, and it really goes to speak to the investment worthiness of the National Wildlife Federation. For as much as I've seen change, some of the fundamentals are still the same. People give to people, they give because they're asked, they give because they want to be part of something. And I think it requires all of us to think about that and to be mindful of the fact that we're in a relationship business.